3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in early doors. I am with none other than Digbeth Party Starter, Birmingham Fire Starter, DJ, producer, event organiser and now festival organiser, Ali Whitticase. Ali, what on earth are you saying, son?
Is this one mine? Welcome to the George and Ali Whitticase podcast.
How do you feel about that?
So actually, George, before we start, I've bought us both a tequila.
I'm allergic to tequila, by the way. This could end
This
really
is
bad.
true story.
I just want to say...
Can I sit down? Can I sit down?
I just want to apologise if there's like low numbers tonight because most of our sort of followers, friends are probably all at Glastonbury or at Chris Brown at Villa Park. So it's going to be low numbers today.
What George is trying to say is that I can't pull the crowd.
They're at Chris Brown.
Yeah,
not Glastonbury, they're at Chris Brown.
Chris Brown is a better DJ than me. It's apparent. So, well, how have you been?
How have I been?
How have you been?
I'm pretty good. I'm looking forward to a very, very exciting event with yourself. Saturday, the 2nd of August, Rinse FM times Some Cellar, which is absolutely bananas. It is insane. Like, for the brand to be 10 years old and to be doing a collaboration like this, it's insane for me. It's like, no matter what happens, if I become like an alcoholic Phil Mitchell, going crazy on the park bench, I'm fine. It
is amazing to be able to bring Rinse to Birmingham. Like, it's been a very long time since I've done it before. And I think when I was previously like proper involved in the programming of XOY, I was trying to get underground stuff that would, put Birmingham on the map a little bit, but also bring in, the grassroots brands to the table. And there's not another brand in Birmingham that I'd rather, felicitate that with.
That means a lot. I've got so much respect for you for making that happen as well. Like, no matter what happens, you've always got my respect.
Just want to put it out there as well, actually. Like, in terms of making that happen, all I had to do was send an email to Rinse and then also send an email to George and be like, right, so I've got an idea for a party. The idea is that Some Cellar and Rinse do something together. I did happen to be working at XOY at the time, so I knew that the yard was an up-and-coming space. But that's just what it takes, I think, to make things happen in Birmingham. At the moment, it's really difficult, I think, to just throw events as a promoter without some sort of USP, so without, having a collaborative party where you can get two different brands that pull different crowds, because it means that the total crowd is to a point that it means that putting the party on makes sense. It's kind of, for me, it's a no-brainer because I can't think of a brand other than you guys that would suit that one.
I appreciate that. And I think that's, I look at Rinse FM and I think I've followed those guys as soon as we started Some Cellar from the very start and been like, I would love to do something with them. And I think the last, probably since COVID, I don't really reach out like I used to. Like back in the day, radio shows here, I'm doing this, we're going to go here, we're going to go and play at this festival. I think Some Cellar, that COVID probably knocked a bit of stuffing out of us for that, and then I just got quite content with, okay, local parties, let's get the ball rolling. But the fan base and even the people I'd met along the way prior to COVID were still interacting with the brand and still engaging, so, I'm not going to say it makes sense, but it does.
It makes more than sense. I think grassroots parties are the core of the Birmingham scene, especially at the moment. You could have £1 million in your bank account and you could roll up to an agent and you could book some of the, top 4 to 5 best-selling DJs in the world. But if you compare your ticket sales to how they would do in another city, it kind of cores down to Birmingham is a little bit of an uphill struggle at the moment, man.
Yeah.
As a promoter, probably as a DJ as well, because without promoters throwing out parties that are just doing well without putting loads of money into events, those up and coming artists they don't have a way in, because of the way that you bring up and coming talent up is by, you know, doing events that don't require headliners.
Yeah.
Completely, you know, start the night with a headliner, end the night with a headliner, charge £25, £30 a ticket. You can't do that in Birmingham anymore.
Why do you think that is?
I think...
Just want to say as well, it's questions like this that fucking keep people up at night. Like...
I have answers, and I feel like I could potentially be a little bit savage here.
Whatever comes, we're going to have to click this.
Yeah, okay. Of course. Do you have the option to clip what I'm about to say?
It's happening regardless.
Okay, yeah. It's the likes of George Hadley and some seller that just ruin it. No, it's not at all. It's I think it's promoters that have the backing, potentially of a bigger show with God, how do I say this without fucking somebody off? Offering way too much for an artist, right? So, say George over here, give him a DJ name. So we're talking the Hadley Smuggler. All right. So imagine
sounds bad. That's like the Yorkshire Ripper.
So imagine
That's bad.
the Hadley Smuggler.
Let's just say G-Sum.
Yeah, okay.
Let's keep it clean.
So the Hadley Smuggler was like, he had on Instagram about 4,000 followers, right? In London, this DJ could potentially be offered at the right club at the right time up to like 5-6 grand for a set. When it comes to Birmingham, his agent should definitely know that he should be worth a little bit less than that, because the scene is slightly different, and
I agree with that.
His, his persona, his brand could not exist without also delving into the smaller scenes, because you can't just play in London every Friday and Saturday. However, in Birmingham, I do feel there's a risk of some promoters seeing these London fees and seeing these Ibiza fees and being like, yo, let's just pay a lot more than everybody else is paying in Birmingham so that we can definitely secure the booking. And then it leaves that particular agent or artist feeling as though they are now worth this amount of money in Birmingham. And what that does to the rest of the scene, when realistically this artist is only worth about 50, 100 tickets, potentially 150 tickets, 200 tickets, it is all on scales. It could mean that when they want to play in Birmingham next time, they say your offer is too low and you're not going to be able to do it. And then our pool of artists is a lot smaller than what we previously had.
I always felt that, I always used to look at what's happening in London, Bristol, Manchester, places where it was really popping, and wanted to be the promoter that could bring someone from those cities to come and do an event. Can't offer you the same amount of money, I just can't do it. But we're trying to build something, and then if that works, you tell your best mate who DJs, you tell your best mate, and then we're also growing that way. And also, when I used to go out in London a lot, the DJs down there were like, oh, I've always wanted to come to Birmingham and all this, and they've never left London. So then you'd make that, we'd make that leap, book them to come play in Brum, have a sick show, and then it's like, it wasn't as difficult as what we thought. I don't know. Maybe people like to play it safe a little bit.
I think it would be less difficult if, let's just look at the bottom line problem of putting on parties in Birmingham. I know we've skipped straight to actually the dirty part here.
We need to know about your experience.
Okay, let's jump into that first before I slew just promoted events in general.
Just very quickly, let's just tell everyone what you do.
Okay. So right now I design my own socks. They are
invisible.
So I don't know if you can see these. These are classic. These are the classics, actually. These are my classic. They're called Invisi socks, right?
And they smell of like cheese toasties.
These are. So a whiff of these. Normally, if I didn't have socks on, George, wouldn't you be like, oh, God, smelly feet? However, I feel like with my my new invention...
Sigil, I'm so sorry. This is...
Invisa socks, right, if George has a sniff now, he will guarantee...
No.
That
It's not that kind of show.
They don't smell, and...
I can smell them from here.
Okay, all right, so I have to admit, that one was a lie just to get your attention. All right. So my job at the moment, I'm currently freelance, so I run a marketing and events company called Cut Your Teeth. I run that with David Henderson, Dino Farino. So any of you, do you know Dino?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Dino was the man behind Magic Door.
Nice.
David's the man behind really good artwork in Birmingham. Plug that geezer.
Yeah, well done, Dave.
And then I also work with Samuel Shipman, who is our head of production, and we run a load of different things at the moment. We're doing, we're kind of collabing on events. So, like I said, the Some Seller Rinse thing, we see an opportunity and we'll take it and we'll be like, let's put some good brands together. We also do discotheque. So Jordan Diston is a good partner. He runs all of our marketing. That's an event brand that was born in Derby, but we're bringing it to Birmingham. The last show that we did was with...
Still Midlands.
Yeah, man. So the last 2 Birmingham shows we did, we booked Scream, not the last one, but the one before. For us, for myself personally, booking Scream was like an absolute milestone. Do you know what I mean? I can remember when I was like 15, and I don't know what your music taste was when we were this age, but when I was like 14, 15, I was in a band called Average Male. Terrible. Just want to plug it though because we're still going for weddings only.
That's where the money is.
Yeah, man. We just used to listen to indie music, and then I can remember one of my best pals from school, Rob Quinn. He came through and was like, "Yo, listen to Dubstep All Stars, and listen to Scream and Banger, and listen to the Scream album." And we listened to the Scream album. And we were like, this music is so much better than what we were currently listening to. I mean, now I'm like...
When I discovered all that, I didn't know what it was. But whatever it was, I was like, I'm
rude,
into
boy.
this.
It's fucking sick, man. Like, it's got like a different kind of emotion. Like, you can listen to and it makes you think about being out. And I suppose if you break down what being out is, it's listening to, connecting with other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after booking, I've longed this one out. Definitely not because I've had a couple of beers beforehand. So I'm currently working with Forum. Forum used to be at the old Carling Cup Academy, but it is now at Roller Jam. Well, I say at Roller Jam. Roller Jam is no longer.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. It's super fast soul. Rollerblading.
Do you ever go?
I did go once, yeah. So Dave was DJing there once, and I was like, I'll come. You know, he was like, I can get you free rollerblades, bro. I was like, yo, bro, if you come like really quietly around the back, don't look at me. He just handed me a pair of rollerblades like this. And I was like, I took them and I was like, yes. I told him I was size 11, but I was actually size 11 and a half. Turns out in rollerblades, that little half makes a big fucking difference, man.
How did you get on? Was he pretty good?
I crawled around the whole way, man. It's actually really fucking about as demoralising, I think, as a rollerblade story could physically go. So I fell over right next to the DJ decks, but then I was trying to get up to Dave and be like, Dave, I've fallen over. I've had a nightmare. Is there any way you can just like come onto here and just maybe like pull me off because I can't deal with people like zooming in and out. This geezer, right? I'm in what would we call this position? A vulnerable position.
Yeah, almost recovery position.
Definitely a vulnerable position. I'm
Was
bent
you on all
over.
fours?
He's come around me and he's fucking hopscotched. He's hopscotched over me. And then he's not just hopscotched over me, he's landed in reverse. So he's like,
oh wow. He's
in the back of me, struggling as probably like one of the biggest struggles I've had as, you know, a privileged human being.
If Roller Jam have got
He
the
landed
footage...
backwards. And I was just like, fair play, man.
Did he hit the floor or did he carry on?
No, he he did it on purpose.
Oh, he was a pro.
Yeah, he was good.
Fucking hell, man.
So yeah, roller jump, but roller jump is now Forum, which used to be Forum Birmingham, which was previously, like I said, the Carling Cup Academy. Now it is a 2,000 capacity space.
It's a big one.
It's a fucking whopper. It's got a D&B audio system, which I'm not gonna lie to you, out of all the sound systems that are in Birmingham at the moment, it sets levels. Yeah. It's a different gravy. There's something up our sleeves which I can't talk about right now. Oh. It's a serious NDA.
Come on.
I mean, I can throw something.
If you can't say, don't say.
Well, I might say.
You can tell me in a bit. Actually, is that what you was on about earlier?
Yeah, that one.
I'll tell everyone. As soon as Ali fucks off, I'll come back on and I'll say.
Yeah, I feel like it's my last time on this show because I'll probably get fired. Now, I'm going to just put it out there. There is something coming to Birmingham that is going to be really and truly game-changing. We've been limited in Birmingham as to what we can bring to the city because the Birmingham crowd, as brilliant as it is slightly limited. This is going to be something that will open up Brum to international level.
It's going to turn heads. It's going to spin heads.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are you finding yourself at Forum now? Are you loving it? Is it like fucking... Is it stress? Is it good? Because what I will say is, this year I've saw Ali, yourself, in terms of work level, it's like you're on steroids. Like, you're doing quite a lot of things.
I am actually just done on steroids as well.
You've just done...
that would be the steroids.
You know, you're now a festival organiser, which isn't for the faint-hearted.
Yep.
So, you know, you've adjusted yourself. You're doing so many different events. You're bouncing off so many people. You're throwing parties left, right and centre. You know, how are you finding that whilst jumping into the Forum gig?
I'm going to be completely honest, it's really fucking hard. Like, my baby, my absolute soul to the ground will always be Littlefields Festival because that is something that I literally had a dream like a few years ago about running my own festival, and then it turned from that into logistically, how can I work it out? How can I get investment? How can I turn this from, you know, just a fucking idea into actually being a living, breathing festival that, you know, I put my heart and soul into. When I'm doing stuff at Forum, I have to like really switch off from that shit, and it's really hard to do because
strictly business.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not saying that Forum is strictly business because it's an independent venue, and one of the best things about working for these guys, or working with these guys even, is that it is an independent. So if you have an idea, they'll listen to the idea, and you know, it might be a shit idea, it might be a really good idea, but they listen to it, and then we contemplate as a team whether or not we should, you know, move forward with that kind of thing. But I have to remember that, like, right now, Littlefields could have been, you know, my absolute money maker, but festivals don't make money on the first year, man.
No, not at all.
And in hindsight, I was maybe a little bit... I don't know what the word is. I just thought that running a festival would be a lot easier financially.
I think no matter what you do, the first thing is always the first attempt is always going to be the hardest. Mm-hmm. It's only going to get easier. You're going to know more about the organisation, booking who, that DJ goes there. It'll all make more sense, and then you never know. Probably like the third one or the fourth one, it might go fuck me.
Well,
it's all
we called it Year Zero. And we called it Year Zero for a reason. Like, this isn't ultimate test. But mainly for myself, like, the people that I'm working with, so, like I said, my main partner in the business is Dino Farina, who, he runs 26 events. He does all sorts of festival work. He's been at Glastonbury the last couple of weeks, putting tents up, not putting tents up for people, but, you know, like, the staff tents, that kind of thing. He's guided me through this entire experience and made it, like, a lot more doable and a lot more realistic. And, you know, when you speak to the investor, when you're talking about putting on a festival, you need like a super accurate P&L, and you can't do that without having somebody that's got serious.
Would you say he's like a mentor to you at the moment?
He is a little bit, yeah, man, and he has the same hair as me.
I mean, is that like a father-son vibe?
Imagine like your father. Oh no, I can't say that actually. Father-son vibe, like.
Uncle vibe.
Touches your feet when you're asleep, like that kind of, but only not in like a weird way.
Invisible socks way, or takes your invisible socks off.
So he was the one who actually invented the invisible socks. So he told me, he was like, "You've got invisible socks on now. Put them on you."
Sigil, I'm so sorry about this. Absolute. It's absolute.
And he was like, "Can you feel this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, fucking hell, they must not be working." I don't know what I've delved into here. I feel like, so Dino is like a mentor to me, but I just don't want to say it because he's one of my mates. And
don't need to get weird.
I don't want him to think that he wants me to facilitate his sexual area.
Okay, back to Littlefields then. So the first one, the idea, the location, all that sort of shit.
Yeah. Rubbish.
What
complete and fucking rubbish, man.
Let's talk about the first process. How did it start? How did that come about?
Okay.
You go to the location?
I'm going to throw it back because this, as much as I've been taking a piss a little bit here, but to me, Littlefields it's been my life for the last couple of years, man. It's been the most important thing to me. As soon as I wake up in the morning, and even now, even though we've already got past that, I think about it. I think about, like, what can we do to make last year better? And it was like that on the run-up to it, massively. So it was getting on a year ago when I first kind of... me and Nathaniel Hanna, who runs Pendo and Stats Creations, we've been talking about it, been umming and ahhing about the idea for a very long time, but I was working with Weird Science and Made Festival at the time. Nat was super busy with Stacks Creations. He does like hide and seek stuff. He's just opened Spoilers around the corner. That is an absolute don, and he was a huge part of the festival. But I had to just basically hit like a point in my life where I was like, right, if I'm not going to do this right now, then I'm never going to do it. So I started toying with the idea and putting P&Ls together, that kind of thing. And then I broke my leg in early November. And the only reason I broke my leg was because I'm going to blame it on sobriety, right?
He's allergic to sobriety?
Yeah, nah, I'm not at all. It's a good thing. It's good for everybody. You should try it at some point.
Are we doing it now? Are you doing sobriety now?
At some point for a very small amount of time, and it's going to be, you should do it forever. But anyway,
You broke your leg.
Yeah, I broke my leg mountain biking, and I was in hospital for getting on a month, and I had nothing to do in there. And obviously, when you got nothing to do, and you can't distract yourself from the fact that you've got nothing to do by going out, or if you have in hospital, you have literally no distractions. You get bored of TV like very quickly. The people next to you, if you're super lucky, might be okay, but the ward that was on, some of the people were like semi-nice, some of them were really shitty. Like I didn't want to be around them, and the only option to like get rid of them is just fucking put a curtain up. And I kind of just hit a point where I was like, right, I've had this plan for a festival for a very long time. Let's just actually make it happen. And I called everybody that could have potentially been involved. And I maybe had a little bit of the sympathy thing on my side at the time, because I was like, oh, I'm in hospital because my leg really...
It's a blessing in disguise, really.
Really hurts, yeah, man. And we made it happen. From a punter's point of view.
I'm going to take notes now, so if I might throw myself down the stairs here, I'll go, you know what, I'm going to get a really good line-up together now.
I think maybe if we throw you down the stairs like in the right way and you hit your head, then I think we should make like an agreement that I should maybe take over some cellar.
I kind of like the idea of you push me down the stairs, I grab you, and then we both fall down at the same time, and then it's over.
What happens to the rinse party on the 2nd of August?
Sigil, you've just took our place.
You know what we need? We need an announcement, don't we? Of some sort online up. George, is there anything that you can do to announce some sort of license today? Even though, all right, and I'm going to be real on this one, even though there's some artists that we were very close to getting over the line. However, many agents have gone to Glastonbury this weekend.
Many agents have gone to Chris Brown at Villa Park, and it's just fucked us up.
We've had a lot of agents say basically,
we need all the volume now because we're making a fucking statement now.
Have I been louder than George the entire time?
There's a massive out of office email going around at the moment, which we ain't too happy about.
Yeah, the reason we're not too happy about it is because we're just so not a part of it, man. We're just not invited to Glastonbury. In fact,
did you go a few years ago? Did I meet you there?
Is this live, or is this?
It is live, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was going to be edited afterwards. Okay,
No, this is live as fuck, man.
Okay, can I just put like a word out to everybody that's not at Glastonbury right now? Can you see how many people are watching? Is anyone? 8. All right, so all 8 people right there. I just want you to put your left hand in the air, like this, and be like, I'm not at Glastonbury because Glastonbury is shit. I'm not at Glastonbury because Glastonbury is shit.
We didn't want to go anyway. That's all you got to think.
I would do anything, like I would genuinely sell my left leg to not be sat here next to George Hadley and be at Glastonbury.
The feeling is mutual, Al. I'm not going to lie. I had the best time. Right, when I went there a few years ago.
You went to Glastonbury?
Yeah. I left my car
there.
there.
He hasn't.
I have.
No chance.
I left my car there.
What?
Car got burnt out completely.
Burnt out?
Yeah, man. There's no
Oh,
oil.
what? Hold
no
on.
oil in the car, and I just winged it. I knew I was going down with no oil. Got there, a full car of people on the way back, and I just heard that. And you know, obviously, it's been a long week, and you've got to fucking start thumbing lifts back.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But did you fumble lift back?
We got a lift, but it weren't quite fun. But it was, I know you're a few cars behind.
I went to Summer Solstice last Friday.
Dave Henderson's just messaged.
Oh, what's that?
I'll buy him a Glastonbury ticket if he stops getting his feet out.
Oh shit! That's just reminded me. I need to plug an event. So this one goes out to David Henderson. What did I say on my notes?
Is it regarding juice?
Yeah. So.
Was that the good? Am I leading you up well for this?
Yeah, kind of. So actually, George did a collab with Juice. But I don't know if you haven't seen Juice before. Then Juice is, I would say, probably the best event in Birmingham.
I think Brum Tropicana was better, but you're
Brum
close.
Tropicana was like a B-Tech juice that just started beforehand.
Brum Tropicana was like how can I put it? An A grader at school who got suspended for no reason, and then Juice planted a seed. They planted something. We got kicked out bad.
We planted some fruit, mate, because it's fruit themed. No, actually, you know what? I will always respect Brum Tropicana for being the kind of like the slightly less good juice. And I think we should maybe do one of them again. Should we do? We actually worked together. We did Juice Tropicana on New Year's Eve, right? And George put absolutely no effort in.
I didn't think I need to. I thought that was just the fucking
that was
piece
fine,
of piece, that one.
Yeah, I thought that was Juice as well. Turns out, I need to put
I
effort.
can't believe you've got to work on New Year's Eve. It's insane.
No, we're not doing it this year.
Let's plug Juice. Sorry, we've
sorry. So 5th of July, come to Juice. It's at the Lord Clifton, which is just launched as its new entirety, and it is fucking unbelievable. They got the table tennis tables back out again, and I don't know if anybody went to the Lord Clifton like back in the day, a couple of years back. The main thing was just how beautiful the garden is there. It's going to be a whopper show. The music is going to be like disco, but like kind of cool disco, kind of like Mosey funk disco, kind of like funk and soul-y, kind of like underground disco, a little bit kind of like Glitterbox, but maybe not so like maybe tech housey, but also a little bit more underground.
It's going to be decent. If you've got nothing planned, just turn up to the Lord Clifton. These silly foxes will be on the door and it'll be sound. That's it. That's all.
I will not let anybody in unless they're wearing a bandana.
I'm just going to say, Dave, I've just gone onto Insta and I've saw what you've commented, or what your question was. It's, why are you sunburnt 365 days a year? And I'm guessing you're on about me, because I look fucking red, man.
I think if we compare both of us in terms of redness, I would actually.
Actually, no, easy, Ali, because you look quite red there.
I look red. How red do I look here? Like how red does my cheek look?
We're quite red, aren't we?
I think that would be
tequila?
alcoholism. Yeah. No, I'm actually not red normally, but I've put my red face on just because I didn't want to like be less red than.
We're quite
George.
embarrassed. That's what it is. We're quite embarrassed right now.
What
and also the lighting is very bright, so.
No, let's be honest. Let's put it down on the table. I think maybe George drinks too much. I think George has like potential.
I'm drinking ketchup right now.
He has a problem with the booze. But carry on.
So okay, what day was Juice? When's that happening?
5th of July.
Not far.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to go there for pre-drinks for Cloak and Dagger, which is where I'll be at.
Are you DJing there?
No, secret location.
Where is it?
No, I'm not DJing there.
Do you know where the secret location is?
I do.
No,
but literally nobody else does.
Ali, I dare you to announce it. No, don't.
I don't actually know the Cloak and Dagger a lot that well, and I feel like they might disown me as friends. However, I have an in. Yeah, so come to Juice first. Definitely come to Juice. It's going to be wild as fuck. And George is going to be there.
I'm not here. No, but for the sake of this, I'm there. But I'm not there. I'm in Cornwall. That's where I'm at in my life now. I'm doing the Cornwall. If I'm out, right, it's once every blue moon, and I probably ruin my life. You know what I mean? It's that level. It's like I have to pick my battles now. You know, it's not just, oh, that was nice. That was a really good event you did there, Al. It's like, George, you need to leave. It's Monday morning. Can you get out?
What George is trying to say is that he is more of a bodyboarder.
Bodyboarder?
Than a surfer. If you had the option to bodyboard or surfboard, what would you do?
Is bodyboard like the paddleboard?
He's a paddleboarder. the worst fucking answer that you could potentially have.
Is it like is that like you're saying there's like a smugness to that, or what are you trying to say?
So like surfing's cool.
Yeah, surfing's cool.
Bodyboarding is not cool. And,
is that on the what's bodyboarding? That on? You know it's bad. I don't even know what it is. So
bodyboarding is like you're surfing kind of, but you're on your body.
On your body.
On your body.
Okay, so Juice, we've plugged Juice. Juice is good.
I feel like this is the point where we might have lost listeners, actually. I feel like we need to bring it back with something.
This could be my worst show. I'm joking. Can we talk from when you started Record and what that was for you as well? Because I remember coming to Record and we went to the event that was Boxing Day under the fucking M6. Super cool, freezing cold, outdoors.
So
really
this is for me like potentially a little bit of a dark question because I didn't actually start Record.
Clip it.
There was a group of students, Nikki Tesla. You know Nikki?
Big up Nikki.
Nikki Tesla, James Garrington. Fucking hell! If I get these wrong now, then they might all hate me forever. But actually, I kind of think they might have hated me forever because I stole their brand. No, that's not true. Yeah, so Nikki and James are basically...
You kept it alive. Okay, there we go.
So the reason I ended up with Record is we started to look into doing, like, they booked some serious artists. They did Kink. Do you remember...
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember Amusement 13?
Yeah.
Do you remember Jordan Patel?
We're not playing that kind of game.
Are we not allowed to talk about him?
But I do remember him. I do remember Amusement 13 very well. We did quite some sellers there back in the day.
Amusement 13 was fucking sick, man. Like, it was a really, really good venue. However, it was run by morons. Like, a lot of the kind of clubs that came and failed. But yeah, so these... Record was started by students because you can't really start in Birmingham like a proper underground thing without having some sort of like local community beforehand. And I think they just got to the point where they were leaving city and they were like, why are we doing this? And I already had an event myself, so I kind of got brought into it to make it happen.
Just a quick one. Would you say Brum's missing a good student brand? Because I don't really know what the go-to student brand is. It used to be Tech 2, really.
It was Tech 2, like, for a very long time. Genesis had it on the ball.
Genesis, yeah.
But, like, for being completely honest, like, there isn't a student night that is right now anywhere near what Tech 2 or Genesis when it was at its peak was at. The issue with that is that we don't have the power to be able to turn that around. No. There is no way that we can put on a student event now. And like I've tried it like 4 years ago. I put on a Tuesday event at maybe more than 4 years ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago at do you know the monastery?
Yeah.
At the monastery, and we called it Brink. And
do you kind of feel like it shouldn't come from an older person? Do you think like the students should come to you and say...
Student nights need to come from student promoters, and then those student promoters need to turn into semi-decent promoters, and then what they normally do, so a student night is promoted by like 5 to 10 people, because that's what you do when you're a student, like or just like an up-and-coming DJ, or just somebody that's super new into the scene. You're well excited about the fact that you're involved in it, so you don't give a shit about the fact that you're not getting a piece of whatever the puzzle is. But when you get past doing it for like 2 years, you realise that you can't just get your mates to come to a party anymore. Because how could you get, back in the day, you used to be able to get maybe 150, like when we're talking about some cellar, like when it was in the cellar.
Yeah.
I don't know 150 people that go out anymore, that live in Birmingham.
I think, how can I put it? A lot of the people who came originally to some cellar back in the day, you know, everyone has gone off to go and do their own things. They've got flipping families. Some people are doing this, some people are doing that. What has been great is that we've always found a way to keep it fresh, and I keep putting different hats on some cellar, if you know what I mean, which attract new audiences, and then the main thing is about keeping them, and I think our promotion style, our artwork, it's very tongue-in-cheek, it's very Birmingham-based, it sort of keeps get everybody
It's good, like the like Mate Digbeth shit again, like that kind of marketing it's out there. I do think that this man is a marketing genius. I do think he's got a lot of potential.
When I said clip that earlier, that's the one that I want clipping. Forget the other. No, Ali, I appreciate it.
So I think, so a couple subjects that I really wanted to talk about. So World War III is incoming, apparently.
DJs are on the front line.
Yeah. So I've got a little bit of a plan. Right. A World War III plan, which I just want to broadcast. If you think you got the minerals, right, to just back it, but like you don't really want to back it for like whoever is our like head of everything, the Prime Minister, I think they call them.
Okay. No.
Then what I would like to do...
Can I take this down a different route?
No, not at all. So what I would like to do is put together, and you have to do this now, this is actually a question on you, you have to put together a team of 4 people that DJs or just involved in the music industry, right, that would be your army team if you had to go into battle against a country that you actually didn't have, like you did actually have.
Sir Spyro's got a tank.
Has he actually got a tank?
He's got a tank, so metaphorically he's got a
tank. Sounds of the Sir.
Metaphorically, you hear Sound of the Sir coming, you're thinking, shit. Yeah, so you're shitting yourself if you hear that coming. I think...
You can't really have Sounds of the Sir without DW, though. Well, you potentially could.
DEE could be like in like a helicopter, sort of flying over. Do you know what I mean? Like an Apache.
Potentially with a megaphone.
Yeah.
Going like to the left. I'm thinking of
I think Goldie's up there. Goldie will be demanding some kind of
fee.
He will be bringing the war, which is, you've got to fight fire with fire. We throw Goldie in. Who else would be a naughty little banger? I'm trying to think who would be.
Right, so I just want to put it out there. Look, I'm going to say mine four, and then we're going to make these people decide who would win in a scrap. You've still got one scrapper left. In the army, basically.
I think DJ EZ, because he could just. I think he's good with everything. He could have like machine guns, rocket launcher. He could do everything. And he's quite small, so he could probably go in tunnels as well. He could come out under a tunnel, pop up, a bit like Scarface.
Just before he shoots, he's like
See, it works. So, Colin, Al, let's hear yours.
Okay, so I would have you.
Oh, thank you.
Up front.
Human shield.
Send him in as a human shield. Get rid of George.
Put your foot on that landmine. See what happens.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd have you do. And then I think I'd go next, but I'd go armed with really nice aftershave. Yeah. So I'd just run straight into like trenches if they exist, but probably don't exist. I don't really know the kind of warfare that we're potentially fighting here. But if I just came face to face, I'd squat them, a little bit of niceness, and then they just like, oh, thank you, mate. That's a good way to defuse a situation. Do you know what I mean?
Like the guy in the toilets.
Some call him the very lucky man.
Because he can defuse and he can start. He can start stuff.
So my third person would actually be the lucky man from X-Wire.
Not all heroes wear capes. You know what I mean?
But some of them sell chewing gum. What time is it? When does this podcast end?
We've got another 10 minutes, but we could if you need.
You got a USB?
I haven't.
Has anybody got a USB with some grime
Have you got a USB?
No, I haven't.
Oh mate, you could drop the little 10-minute thing at the end.
Would have been good.
Yeah, I've got a couple of more questions for you as well. What's the funniest thing, Ali, have you found when going through all of your festival stuff?
Oh, okay, this is actually quite interesting. So, it's gonna make somebody feel a little bit terrible. So, after Little Feather Festival, we went through all of the tents, and we found this. So, tent 15. Whoever was tent 15, this is literally directed at you. Yeah. We were just these are the what are they called? Like the glamping tent. Okay.
You'd think nice people.
You would think nice.
Vibes.
Right in the middle of the tent was probably the biggest bag of marijuana I have ever seen in my entire life. Right. It was about 6 or 7 ounces.
How much?
6 or 7 ounces. It was fucking huge, man. I've never seen a bag of weed like this before. I mean, I've seen some bag of weed in my time, you know what I mean? But it was a big motherfucker. I was like...
Well, was they using it as a pillow?
Huh? No, I think they were just selling it. I asked them... Well, no, I didn't ask them because they weren't there. I went in and I was like, right, I'll just put that underneath the mattress and just hopefully when the tent cleaners come through, they just leave it there. And then right in the middle of that same tent was like a 70s porno magazine. And the caption on the front was nannies and grannies still have fannies. And I looked at it and I was like, fuck it, hell, man. That's a big bag of weed.
Someone has saw your festivals as an opportunity to bring that. And go,
to sell nanny porn.
This is the perfect... I've been looking for a festival like this all my life, and now it's here. I can finally express myself.
Didn't come to the first one. I just want to put that out there.
Can that person reach out. You will get a free ticket to the next one.
Yes, I just want to put that out there. So this is a disclaimer. If you had the 6 ounces of weed, that is marijuana, for the police's sake, then we will just let you in for free next year. Just let us know that was it.
But that was them paying for a ticket. They go, well, listen, I didn't pay for a ticket. I snuck in round the back. That's for you. All the best. Cheers for the festival. There's a little something extra.
So I put it out there. The person was actually biologically related to George.
To you?
I'm going to say me, yeah.
Really?
Shall I name and shame?
Yeah.
I'm going to name and shame. It's George's mum.
Bro, you know what? I trusted you then. And it was...
Blue lights at your mum's house right now.
My mum was busy that weekend. She said she was going on a holiday with the girls, okay?
She was busy that weekend.
He's a fucker, isn't he? I brought him on here for, nice guest and all that. He's had his feet out. He's given us a shot of tequila. He's fucking...
I've basically ruined it. But big up, George. I just want to drop a little... What time are we on?
We've got 10 minutes, but I'm going to be serious. I will wrap it up. Shortly.
Yeah, I think we should maybe wrap it up. I don't think anybody wants to hear any more of this anymore.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for the listeners today.
George has been a serious top G. Fucking hell.
Nah, he's just come. He's just abused the show.
No. Nah, he's been...
No. No, fair play.
An absolute legend in the game for a very long time, man. First seller I went to was the original, the OG one, and Daily Wild. She met me at the boozer and she was like, look at this, I've got these tickets, and they were laminated and they just said £5 on one side and they said some seller on the other side. And then we got a, what's it called? A postcode, don't know if you ever heard of them. We got a postcode to the address in Hockley. And we were trying to get through the door, and the guy was like, nah, I don't know you, don't. And he was like, oh, wait, you got a ticket, you know Daly? And I was like, I'm fucking with Daly. Went downstairs, and the tunes that I heard from Mark Spence, and who else was playing then?
First one was, that one would be Mark Spence. Cause and Effect was on that.
Yeah, Cause and Effect. And look at Cause and Effect now, man. Well, so Kane's still doing Cause and Effect in Birmingham. He's been playing for Il Disco a little bit recently. That was
Chris Lorenzo.
He's fucking
LA. It's insane.
I personally think that he needs to grow up and come back to Birmingham and get a real job.
We give him a good grilling.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Nah, I love Chris Lorenzo. He was one of the
that guy
most
can party as well.
forward-thinking producers in Birmingham for a very long time.
Serious guy. And that geezer, probably if it wasn't for him, me and Brad would go into so many different venues around fucking Nottingham and fucking wherever, and we would go in with him, getting fucked up and just causing chaos, really. And it was so good. What it did to my liver was not good, but it was so funny. And I've got a lot.
What is he doing now? What is he? I know he's massive in America, but what?
He's in LA. He's just in LA chilling, just gigging, living it up, man.
You think if all right? So I just want to end it on this, even though it's George's podcast. Absolute no money is involved. Dream lineup, 10K you got to spend, and we're doing it in and your best venue, and just put together in your mind the best physical party if money wasn't an object. And also, this doesn't have to be at a venue. It could be anywhere in the world.
Shit.
Best party in the world.
Okay, I think I'd have to go back to the original Outlook Festival location. It's moved to Tisno, but Pula was just so fucking iconic. It was in this castle. Oh, it was sick, so good. So I think I'd have to go back there. I'm taking David Rodigan's there. My granddad, David Rodigan, he's there.
Your granddad is David Rodigan.
I'm actually morphing into him.
Your granddad is David Rodigan.
My granddad is David Rodigan. Clip that. I need some kind of royalties, some kind of money. At least some
your granddad's not David. David Roddigan, isn't he?
You don't think so?
No, I fucking don't. That's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. I just want to put that out there. There's no...
I've got a picture, a photo of me
Of you and David Roddigan.
of giving him the DNA results that say the father. I will show you these pictures.
I just want to put it out there. This is actually David Roddigan's son.
I'm his long-lost son that he's been avoiding for many years.
Sorry, so your best event in the world was, other than faking being David Roddigan?
Do you know what's funny? I remember I did... I can't remember whose event it was. I'm going to say it was at Zumhoff. Genesis were there. And
Probably Genesis.
I did a David Roddigan tribute act. Right.
Can you do it now? Oh, man. Have you got a USB over there?
I have got mine, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, go on.
I'd just like to say a few words. When I was in Jamaica, 1972. That kind of thing, yeah. Have we got echo?
Where's my fucking microphone?
Get echo on.
All right, one sec. All right, so we're gonna have to get this large.
Testing 1 2. 1 2. Right about now.
Here we go. Go on.
I'd just like to say a few words. When I was in Jamaica, in a small fishing village, I stumbled across a track written by none other than the main man himself, Robert Marley. This was the tune he played to me that night. And then it would be like...
Oh, fuck, this is hard, man.
We've echoed the life out of this. This is too much, man.
Okay. All right, I'm back. I'll put that there, and then we'll just turn that one off.
Are we back?
We're back, yeah. So you're listening to BBC Radio 3. It's myself and Georgie. George.
Now for the weather. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up there.
Yeah, because...
Thank you, everyone who's listened. I'm so sorry that you've had to endure that. Ali, you've done a lot of really good stuff for the city. You should be really proud of yourself.
But I should not do podcasts.
That will be your last ever podcast. No, honestly, mate, fair play. Oh. He's going for it. Oh, my God. This guy's school night. Bring back Tech 2, man.
It's a school night.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you.